We spent this much time on the introduction.
Hey nurse, have I told you about my family?
No, Sam, I don't think you have.
They're actually pretty important individuals in American history.
What do you mean by important individuals?
Let me just start from the beginning.
It all started in 1607. My great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Josiah set sail with his friend on a new boat that he purchased.
Josiah, I bought the nicest luxury cruise liner the other day. I paid quite the shilling for it. Crap.
Come on, Captain. There can't be much over here. There's probably suitable water and no mosquitoes around here. I don't think our settlers would die in 2, 3, maybe 4 years. Let's get off.
I'll call it James.
What Josiah didn't know is that his cousins also set sail right after he left and found a city upon a hill in Massachusetts Bay and also another city in Plymouth. As a matter of fact, one of them was actually part of the first Thanksgiving.
We are gathered here today to thank the Indians for this great harvest.
We are honored by your thanks.
Washington! Washington! What is he saying?
He's saying, what is that pilgrim doing eating all the food?
That's a neck.
It was sad that most of them died from the French and Indian War, but the legacy did not end there, as my great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad, Will, lived through the Revolution. He was in the Boston Tea Party.
Screw British taxes.
Take that, you British scum!
Into the harbor.
Another interesting fact is that Will is actually one of the close friends of Paul Revere.
Be alert, the regulars are coming.
The regular who?
You know, the British. I'm just trying to be discreet, man.
Oh, wait, why didn't you just say so? Alright, thank you.
Giddy up! Oh, crap.
I must go notify other people. What did he want me to say? Oh, right, that's what it was. The British are coming, the British are coming!
What did you say?
No. I mean, the British are coming. And we're so grateful.
Not only that, but he also got to sign the Declaration of Independence.
Guys, sign my Declaration of Independence. Sign my Declaration of Independence.
Oh, Hancock, you took up the whole space. I don't even think I want to sign this anymore.
Come on, just because we don't like Jefferson doesn't mean that we don't sign it. Just go ahead and sign it.
Wait, you don't like me?
Will successfully led the colonies for 8 more years, but then found out that there's another ancestor that lived there that went by the name of Sam and was a bailiff at John Marshall's court.
In the case of Marbury versus Madison, we find that Jefferson administration is breaking the law by not giving Marbury his commission, but the court has no right to enforce that. In the case of Fletcher v. Peck, we find that binding contracts cannot be invalid. In the case of McCulloch v. Maryland, we find that states cannot pass laws that violate federal law. In the case of Cohens versus Virginia, we find that the state or federal courts have the right to hear appeals from the state courts. In the case of Gibbons versus Ogden, we find that Congress has the right to interfere with interstate commerce. Court dismissed. Bring in the dancing officers.
Sam also said that the Louisiana Purchase didn't actually seem as formal as many people say.
Yo, what up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, is it?
Yo, I'm trying to buy a little something. You know, I got that currency.
Yeah, you got that what?
Yeah, I'm trying to buy it.
Oh, wait. How do I know you were lying?
If I won't reliable, would I have this?
Dang, son.
Yeah, sir.
How do you later?
You'll see how
Sam ended up going into the War of 1812 and then helped out make the Monroe Doctrine. Later he called this era the Era of Good Feeling. But for some reason, Sam's timeline vanishes right there. From here on, we'll see Clark. Clark is huge into Manifest Destiny with his friends.
Manifest Destiny! Oh, Manifest Destiny! Manifest Destiny!
Manifest Destiny?
Yes, Manifest Destiny!
Manifest Destiny!
On his conquest for Manifest Destiny, he also comes upon a couple of obstacles.
5440 or fight!
5440.
I'm doing the best I can!
And
We want Kansas as a slave state, so we can bring our property to Kansas.
I want Kansas as a free state, so it can be fair to the poor farmers that can't afford slaves.
Manifest Destiny begins to break our nation apart. This is where sectionalism plays in, and this is where we meet Harold. Harold's a farmer in the South that was actually one of my ancestors as well. He was first seen at the Dred Scott case.
I have rights. I'm a citizen. I live in a free state.
Dude, you're only 3/5 as a person and blacks aren't even citizens, so what are you even doing here? I declare the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional because the government can't take away a person's personal property.
Tensions continue to increase, and as well as family tensions. The funny part is that Harold had a brother that lived in the north, and he used to help out in the Underground Railroad.
Hey, get back here, you slave! Hey, where did the slave go? Have you seen him?
I haven't seen him, no.
You know, if you do see him, you have to give him back to me. It's the law. Dang it.
Be free! Be free!
Harold's brother was also in the office when Charles Sumner was being beaten up by Kane.
Yo, Mr. Sumner, I heard you bad-mouthing my state and my boy, Mr. Butler.
Whoa! Alright, we can handle this in a civil manner, guys. No need to fight.
Best get back, boy. Yeah, this man's a hero for standing up for his state and cousin.
This man's no hero. He's oppressing Mr. Sumner's freedom of speech. We can either have freedom or we can have slavery, but we can't have both.
Tensions began to cool down as Lincoln came into office and the Civil War played out. Later on, the Union wins, and then Lincoln gives his famous Gettysburg Address.
77 years ago.
And then the 13th Amendment.
Hey, slaves in Confederate States, you're free!
Lincoln isn't actually the important person right now. Right now, the important person is my ancestor, who was in the theater as Lincoln died.
Bang!
After that, my ancestors seemed to have disappeared for quite some time, and new immigrants started to show up. Political machines rose, populists came into town, we even fought our first World War. Then my great-great-great-granddad always tells me about the story of how he met his wife, who seems to be my ancestor, and it was during the 1920s when he found her sitting on top of a car. Don't get me started on my ancestors when the Great Depression hit and the stock markets crashed.
Oh my god.
We ended up entering a second war with Pearl Harbor. Later on, I found out that Rosie the Riveteer was based on my ancestor, and I also found out that my ancestor was in charge of making the Manhattan Project the Manhattan Project. He named it the Manhattan Project. By this time, communism was a huge problem, and JFK was elected into president. This is when my ancestor was the bodyguard for JFK.
Let's not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Sir, I think you just said that you're a jelly donut.
I know I'm a jelly donut.
As this Cold War against communism continues, you can also see that the civil rights movements in America is also increasing. This is when my ancestor attended the I Have a Dream speech by Malcolm X.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
This is a really good speech.
My ancestor even saw Jackie Robinson.
The chalk is white. The ball is white. The glove, it's got a whitish tint. You're not welcome in the sport, boy. Here's my greeting.
Boo! Let him play! Let him play! Let him play!
Now racial tensions have dropped drastically, and we even have the internet right now.
I love the internet. Oh god. Houston, we are going to the moon. Wow. Wow, yeah, one step for mankind.
And last but not least, my ancestor is the guy that scored the goal in the Ghana game in the World Cup.
Yep, and that's my family.
Sure, Sam. Sure.
Yep. He's definitely crazy.